This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Hundreds of protesters marched last night down one of Minneapolis's major thoroughfares over the death of 37-year-old mother of three, Renee Good, and blocked off the street where she was shot in the head. Federal officials say an immigration officer acted in self-defense when he shot through the window of a car, killing Good. But videos of the incident from different angles tell a far more complicated story, and policing experts say some of the choices the officer made defy practices nearly every law enforcement agency has followed for decades. The video shows the officer was safely on the side of the vehicle and stepped in front of it, a choice experts say is against the policy of most law enforcement agencies. He then fires 3 shots at the moving vehicle, also prohibited by most agencies. Ben Thomas reports from the march in Minnesota.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Anger in Minneapolis after an ICE officer shot and killed a driver during the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem alleged the woman was trying to run over agents.
She had been stalking and impeding their work all throughout the day. ICE agents repeatedly ordered her to get out of the car and to stop obstructing law enforcement, but she refused to obey their commands.
To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry.
But Governor Tim Walz says
they want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do.
And he adds,
to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary.
I'm Ben Thomas.
Governor Ron DeSantis wants the Florida Supreme Court and not the American Bar Association as the main accreditor of law schools in Florida. DeSantis called the American Bar Association a, quote, partisan left activist organization and said Florida should follow Texas's lead. The Lone Star State already made its state Supreme Court the main accreditor of its law schools. The American Bar Association says it's a nonpartisan organization. In a statement, the professional organization says a wing of the organization accredits schools in the state and that it acts separately and independently from the larger ABA. In July, DeSantis launched a new accreditor for higher ed institutions in the state. It still needs to be approved by the U.S. Department of Education. The U.S. Senate is advancing resolution that would limit future military action in Venezuela. Sagar Magani reports.
The Senate has moved ahead with a resolution that would limit President Trump's ability to conduct more attacks against Venezuela. That sets up a vote on final passage next week, though the resolution has virtually no chance of becoming law, since the president would have to sign it if it gets House approval. Still, it's a significant gesture showing GOP unease after the weekend operation to seize Nicolas Maduro. 5 Republicans joined Chuck Schumer and all Democrats in advancing the resolution.
It's a clear rejection of the idea that one person can unilaterally send American sons and daughters into harm's way without Congress.
Vice President J.D. Vance and the White House are defiant.
It's not going to change anything.
The president says the 5 Republicans who voted in favor should never again be elected to public office. Sagar Magani, Washington.
In a rare move, NASA is cutting a mission aboard the International Space Station short after an astronaut had a medical issue. The space agency said yesterday the U.S., Japanese, Russian crew of 4 will return to Earth earlier than planned. NASA canceled its first spacewalk of the year because of the health issue. The space agency did not identify the astronaut or the medical issue, citing patient privacy. At a news conference, NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman says they are bringing back the 4-person crew of the International Space Station earlier than planned.
January 7th, a single crew member on board the station experienced a medical situation and is now stable. I've come to the decision that it's in the best interest of our astronauts to return Crew 11 ahead of their planned departure.
The crew of 4 returning home arrived at the orbiting lab via SpaceX in August for a stay of at least 6 months. 3 other astronauts are currently living and working aboard the space station and are due to return home in the summer. Sunshine and some clouds today with near record high temperatures for this time of year with highs in the lower 80s. Partly cloudy tonight with overnight lows in the mid 60s. More warm weather tomorrow with partly cloudy skies and highs in the low 80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.